The agenda for today. Preventable accidents. The slide, for some reason, is white, so we'll just go over it verbally. Customer service results for the month of May. ADA compliance from operations. And for driver training this month will be the Linux Driver Safety Program. Anybody know what that is? DriveCam. All right, for this month, we are still sitting at 4.5. We are up to 4.5 on our accident frequency ratio. What that is they take the number of accidents by the mileage for the month. They come up with a percentage. 1.5, I believe, is our threshold. Anything over our threshold is a $10,000 fine from RTC. They are not screwing around. That's a $10,000 fine LD. Okay? Trips are $1,000. So the only thing I don't know, because I haven't checked into finances, is every point over that threshold or what exactly that entails. But I do know being over that threshold is a $10,000 fine. So we are taking this very seriously. Okay? Oh, it doesn't matter whose fault. It's an accident frequency ratio. Now, they are taken into considered because there's what's called a BI accident frequency ratio. That there's a preventable accident frequency ratio, a non-preventable accident frequency ratio. I supply my higher ups with the numbers, all that data. What they do with it and how it entails to the fine is not documented in our contract. That's for them to figure out. I don't worry it. I know where my threshold is and what I have to do to reduce those accidents. So accidents are the still hitting fixed objects. Some by senior drivers, most by new drivers. I will admit that. We are going to see an increase in AFR because of the strike, and now we have a high percentage of new drivers. So it was expected for our AFR to go up because we have that higher percentage. We had to hire so many new drivers. So I'm not going to knock that over. The other one was rollaways. We had two. One this month and one last month. Not setting the parking brake. Okay. One was a driver that had been here for a while. The other one was a brand new driver. One got off his butch, relied on the safeties on the coach. The coach shut down, the safeties went off, and the coach rolled back into a fence. Lucky nobody was hit. The other one was probably lack of experience. Driver had problems with the rear doors. Okay, couldn't get the rear doors to close. Toggled the switch, left it in the closed position because the back doors wouldn't close, the front doors wouldn't close. Shut off the coach, exited the front door, went outside to the back door, got the back door to close, and the front door closed.
Shut up the coach, you said?
Yes.
Shut up the coach, automatic supposed to
No, it does not. They don't shut. That's a sensor. That is not. Nothing sets the parking brakes, but the driver. So, guess what happened when he closed those doors and the front door closed? Bus started rolling. Guess who stopped the bus? A passenger. No? Put his foot on the brake. Ran up to the front as the driver is doing this number trying to get in it. Now, the coach wasn't rolling very fast. I think he was very close to the curb and got up against the curb, which slowed. It barely creeped forward, but it did roll forward. Okay? Set your parking brakes. Get in the habit every time you stop, set the parking brake. You go to a bus stop. You go to 4th Street Station. You're in a bay. I used to set my parking brake at stoplights. If I came up to a light and it just turned red, And I was going to be there for a while because there's left turns. Everybody, I set the parking brake. Give my foot a break. Set your parking brakes. I can't reiterate enough. Okay, customer service comments for May. Again, light blue is invalid. Black is unknown. Dark blue are valid complaints. They have been investigated and deemed valid. One thing that has changed over the last 3 months is pass-ups. 2 months in a row, pass-ups were number 1. They are now gone down to number 4. What is still in the top 4, is no-shows late, attitude, and pass-ups. Those are still in the top 4 categories. This time it's no-shows, where the bus didn't show up. They're deemed valid because it's operator error. Not a maintenance issue, not a service issue where we didn't have a driver, so the driver didn't show up. More than likely past the stop, running hot, those type of things. Lates are valid, back to operator error. Not a maintenance issue, nothing was filed on it. Okay? This is the one thing that is all operator error. It's your attitude on the coach. We're going to go over some of that today, dealing with customers. Not only is it important to arrive from point A to point B safely and on time, your third set is customer service. And most of that time, it is not engaging. It is the operators who are engaging the passengers. Do you understand what I mean by that? Guy comes on, doesn't want to pay the fare, and the operator thinks he's the fare police and argues with the passenger. That is all on the operator. We do not require you guys to accept the fare. RTC policy is state the policy, let them ride. That includes eating food, fare, whatever.
Eating food in the bus?
If they eat the food on the bus, state the policy, let them ride. That is the RTC policy. This one here, I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. I didn't get a chance to sit down. Tanya sent this via email. Okay. Yeah, that is compliments. That may be why she noted it in yellow. Yeah. No, we'll go over. There's another slide.
So that means they can eat in the bus now?
No, you're not understanding what I'm saying. RTC policy is, the rules are still the same. They're supposed to pay the fare. They're supposed to not eat on the bus. They're not supposed to have open container. Okay? If a guy's getting on the bus with open container, you can stop him at the doors. But if a guy gets on, he has it in his backpack, and he's sitting back there, and you're running down the road, and he pops open an open container, now, alcohol is a different story than any open container. Okay? But if it's anything other than alcohol, you quote the policy. Excuse me, there's no open containers on the bus.
How about the radio?
Okay?
Not radio music.
Okay, same thing. Okay, but this is in stages. Okay, you quote this policy, let them ride. Now, if how that graduates to the next step is if it's like boombox loud and passengers are complaining, your next step is you can quote the policy again. Call dispatch. You let the road soup do their jobs. Or MOD, or all the way up to me if necessary. Okay? But they will go up that chain. Okay? If you're at 4th Street Station, let security deal with it. Okay? Yours is simply the job to get that bus from point A to point B safely, on time, and you quote the fare. You quote policy. That's all you do. You do not engage. Okay, just let it roll off your back. I know customers can be sometimes a real pain in the backside. Okay, all right. Total valid comments by type for May. Number 1 is attitude. The simple nodding. We went over customer service. What was it last month? in the safety meetings? This simple, and you guys will be going through it again, an intensive customer service training that we're booting that up right now. It's called CUTA, CUTA, Transit Ambassadors. It's all about customer service. The training is so intensive, only 5 drivers at a time will be in training because it's very lot. There's a lot to it, but it's early. Again, attitude is number one. Okay, early is number 2. All right, so we're going to go over some of the hot topics this month. By operations, it's kind of a little bit redundant. I get help for these monthly safety meetings. I do the driver's training. I get help from operations and HR and maintenance and customer service on what this part is geared towards what has happened over the last month that needs to be addressed. So some of the redundancy this month is operations and customer service were the same things. That is, passengers do not have to fold a mobility device before boarding or while on the bus. I believe this came from last month's safety training when they said folding strollers on the bus. That is not an ADA walker. It's completely different. No. Yes, the strollers would be fold. The ADA mobility devices, no. They need them to get on the coach. Okay? They cannot block the aisle or the doors, but they can walk on the coach with those and put them to the side. Okay? Remember, it's hotter weather's coming up, so you're going to watch for customers sitting under trees, under any type of shade, away from the stop. It is a customer service, okay? If the guy gets you and he sees you coming and he gets up and is making his way to the bus, okay, I don't want to see those doors open for 10 seconds and you're gone. That's not customer service. Right. It's something like that. Okay. A reasonable accommodation. A lot of things go back to reasonable accommodation. You pull up, you open the doors, and hey, you catching the bus? And they stand there and look at you. Okay, well, I'm going to get going. Those doors go. But if somebody's trying to make their way to the bus, that's a different story. Okay? Yes, it's been told in 2 meetings.
My thing is with a lot of these people, I'm sorry, but if you see that same dude sitting there, Thomas says he's not getting on the freaking bus, he lives there. My thing, if I don't know that guy, I'm going to pull over, open up the doors. But a lot of times they'll sit there and you tap the horn and you get it flicked off, you open up the door, cussed out.
Okay. This is you running the routes all the time. If it's the guy you see every single day because he's homeless and he's living in the bus stop, that's a judgment call. You are an operator. Let's use common sense here. Okay. We are aware of that. Okay. Because that guy's not going to call RTC and say the guy didn't pick me up. Okay. All right. So, but if there's other people sitting there, let's make sure that you do address them. Okay. This is already, because I found out about this on Monday, this is already under investigation. I will tell you this. Route 6, please do not drive in the bike lane southbound at Plumas and Urban. When I understand it's the Urban, the traffic coming off of Urban, there's a bus stop right there, and they're coming up and pulling up in the bike lane. What our drivers are doing are pulling over and riding up that bike lane. You can't do that. Okay, this is what I understand, that they're riding up the bike lane. So the reason I say this is that it's already under investigation. It's on my list to go out and investigate. Okay?
Yeah, that's the best things you can do, that eliminate that bus stop, Plumas and our.
That's the proper investigation that needs to be done to address that issue.
That way
Okay?
we don't have any problem.
Stop and ask people at the bus stops if they intend to ride. Don't assume they are just sitting. 3 months that has been in the safety meetings. 3 months, and we're still having problems with it. Okay? RTC, again, state the policy, let them ride. When in doubt, remember the golden rule, do as to others as you have them treat you. Okay? Compliments for April and May. Shannon McDowell had 2. Eric Corona, Daniel Golightly, Rosa Quintero, Jessica Ruano had 2. None of them are in this class. Okay, again, the duplicates are, this is operations, boarding of walkers. Per ADA guidelines, upon request, any individual who wishes to use the wheelchair lift ramp to board will be permitted to do so. Do I look ADA? Do I? I know why you're saying it.
Doesn't matter if you look it or not. You want the ramp.
That's exactly my point. You cannot look at somebody and tell whether they're ADA.
That's why I said you look like
So,
I don't make that judgment.
that's right. That is the exact correct answer. You cannot tell who's ADA or not. Somebody requests a ramp, lower the ramp. Okay? All lift ramps will be deployed as close to the bus stop as allowed, which is usually 12 to 18 inches, and location free of obstacles. Down in LA, most of the bus stops have a trash can and a bus barn, or a passenger box, whatever you want to call them here. They all campsite. Down in LA, they all have a certain width between them. It was the first week when I was in a transit, when I was on a coach. In fact, it might have been when I was still with the trainer. I lowered that ramp, and it was a bus stop that they had screwed up on, kind of like some of ours that are out here on curb height. Put that right down there, missed the pole, split the side of that trash can. That corner of that ramp went right down the side and split it open. What I found out later was everybody knew about that. On the other side of the trash can was a dirt patch. So it had been worn down because all their operators are going in there and dropping the ramp there. Okay, so be very aware of your surroundings, because even though this was a stop that had been put in, it had been put in incorrectly. So make sure that you're free of obstacles when you do that. Customers accompanied by a service animal may use the lift or the ramp with the animal as long as they can control the animal while on the lift or ramp. They ask you to drop it for a service animal, you need to do it. Okay. And again, top one, refrain ADA to fold their walkers. They do not have to. ADA passengers do not fold their walkers while boarding, when sitting, provided that such can be kept in a location that is not compromising safety, meaning blocking the aisles or doors. Okay, this is straight. Every month I put in policy. I put in policy from RTC. I take these straight out of the books. I have all the books in my office. CBA, Keolis Handbook, RTC guidelines, or our contract. I will pull all these from here. This one is 4 I have had in 2 months. Okay, I am not kidding with this. All incidents, regardless of how minor, must be reported immediately. Failure to timely report an incident may result in disciplinary action up to and including termination. All 4 were brand new drivers. It is the only reason all 4 are still here. But my next course of action is going through my training department and find out why brand new drivers haven't been instructed policy. So, from the Keolis Employee Handbook, any accident that occurs on company premises or in the course of company business, be that of a guest or an employee, should be reported to the supervisor immediately. you're going to get found out. We have cameras all over the bus. Those buses are inspected nightly by utility workers, maintenance. Okay? And the number one criteria, the customers are going to rat you out. Happens all the time. I'll get a phone call. They call RTC. RTC calls me, informs me something going on. One of these was they're on the phone to dispatch as I'm on the phone with the client. That's how fast. If you're sitting on a bus and you're a customer and you, even how minor, you maybe bump a trash can or something like that, there is more than likely a passenger on the back going, and you keep going, they know the rules. And if they don't, they're wondering, oh my God, is this guy a good driver? And they're calling because they're worried because they're on that coach. So it's going to get found out. Come in and say, I screwed up.
Stop the bus and call it.
Right. Yes. I mean, if it's here, I'm referring to a good chunk of the, like two, I think, were here, right here in the facility. Okay. Report it immediately. Pull over to your next safe haven and call it into dispatch.
And say I may have. Don't say I did.
I'm not going to split that hair with the union because in my book, you're reporting it. You're reporting it.
There's a possibility.
I will take that. All right. So now, by distracted driving. This the second number is the one that alarmed me. 91,000 involved drowsy driving. 26 of the fatalities were related to speeding. 14,955 lives were saved by seatbelts. That comes from the National Highway Traffic Safety Association. Those are their numbers. Okay, video event recorder, which is what DriveCam is. Installing these on board, they have proven that 17,733 injuries, 293 deaths have been avoided due to DriveCam or video event recorders. How they got those numbers, I don't know, honestly. Why is everybody know what KTA is? Keyless Transit America? That's what KTA is. Okay, these are our goals. Why are we doing this? Proactively improve drivers' behaviors. The idea behind this, what you'll see right here, improved human-centered investigations. Okay, the way we investigate in accidents are new what they call an SMS, safety management systems. That should be rolling out here within the next 2 months. It's not really has a whole lot to do with you guys. It has more to do with the safety, training, and MODs and road soups. It's the way we handle accident investigations. The whole thing is being trained to become human-centered, meaning the idea is heavy utilization of DriveCam. That is to teach you guys to identify bad behaviors. Meaning I can be the first to say when I get in my car, I am one-handed. I got my arm out the window, and I can't tell you how many times, especially since I go by the 80 East and West interchange, that I've had to whip my hand up there because I hold the stick shift. I whip my hand over there because I hit a pothole where all that construction is, or it grabs the car, and I got to get up there and grab it before I end up in the other lane. I have high-performance tires on there, so they grab anything that's in there. They'll do it. That's the type of behavior. If I had my hand on it, maybe I wouldn't have, gone over in that lane. That's what we're looking for. Coaching opportunities. Not writing you up, not collecting points, nothing like that. These are coaching opportunities to make you aware, to bring you in, show you the video, and say, what'd you do wrong? Guy sitting there eating, drinking a soda, and does this number in a bus. Okay? Make you aware. give you the opportunity to improve your skill set to avoid the accidents. It becomes more about why you get into accidents than how you got into an accident. All back to training centered. Okay? So, proactively improve operator behaviors. Building better relationships and communications between operators and managers. Right there, you stop getting safety points, there still be a safety point system. That's contractual. But if we can help avoid you getting in an accident and getting 2 points, aren't you going to be happier? Although it might be, a pain in the butt to come in, but it's all coaching. It's not disciplinary.
I'm pretty sure I can get that taken out of the contract.
I'm sure you could. Decrease employee attrition and improve employee morale. Okay? Increase proactive hazard identification and risk reduction. That's what this is all about. Hazard identification. What can we do? How proactively can we keep you guys from getting into accidents? The severity and the frequency. It all builds in there. I don't have any control over that. Increased post-event exoneration of operators. I've done this 4 times in the 4 months I've been here. We have been falsely accused of accidents. I go back to video and go, sorry, not us, that was you. Well, all it is without the video is a he said, she said confrontation. This driver said this driver said that. Let the attorneys or the lawyers or insurance companies hash it out. Well, this all adds up into the money. Okay? Because if we can prove it wasn't us, they're paying for everything. Makes the data, makes the numbers look good. Okay? Changes our AFR, depending on who wants to see which AFR. But it changes those numbers. Okay? Because everything is about money. Everything. Every business union, it is all about money. This world is about money. That is the bottom line. Improved human-centered investigations. That's the new policy that's going to be coming in place. This is going to be a big part of it. Okay? Alignment with KTA safety policy and just culture initiatives. I had to go on and do a lot of research to find out what exactly just culture meant. Human-centered investigations. I've already been through one training. It is the new way of looking at things. It is a much supportive and friendlier view. It is, okay, you're screwing up. How do we help you screw up? Not screw up. What can we do to assist you? Instead of just coming back at you and say, you screwed up, there's the thing, bye-bye. Okay? Improved contract relationships. I'm sure the union would be a lot happier to get those point systems out of there so we couldn't, terminate you based on a point system. It's very archaic. But the idea here is to get you involved, be involved with what you're doing, show you what's doing wrong, and not having the accidents. Lower that frequency rate. Decreased accidents and injuries. Transition from reactive culture, that's what it is right now, to a proactive management of risk. That's my job. Right here.
For years.
Huh?
I've been saying that for years.
It's right there. It's my job.
This whole company's been reactive
Now, you're getting into the wrong idea here. Okay? I'm talking about a culture. You're talking about an identity.
No, I'm saying I've been pointing things out. The company, before this, has waited until there's been an accident. And then they said, holy shit, let's put a stoplight up or a stop sign up. Or let's do this or let's do that.
That is this.
That's right. That's what I'm saying.
Reactive culture.
We have been a reactive company.
The transportation industry Class A, Class B has been based. I've been in the industry for 40 years. This is not my first rodeo as a safety manager. Okay? This is what it's been set up as. And like anything in culture, it takes a while for change. Nobody likes change. But now, proactive management of risk. And this company, I don't mean Keolis, this facility is behind the times. Way behind the times. This has been activated proactive management of risk in all the big cities for years. Now, I am not going to venture as to why. Okay, and that's not important. The important is now the safety and training department and corporate is on this bandwagon. So this is coming. Okay? Improve safety culture through rewards and incentives. Drivers' awards are coming back. Yes, they are. It is in the works. It's on the plans. Driver of the year, monthly, all the details are not worked out. I don't even have a budget for it yet. But it is on the plan. Okay?
Get the bonuses then.
Again, when it comes to monetary, that's out of my hands. But it's yes, accident-free monthly safety bonuses, driver of the year, mileage awards, all of that is coming back. Realizing that all that is data driven. Right now, there is not a whole lot of data. It's all data driven. So you can see what's coming. Lots of data being gathered. Okay. Nothing's handed out for free. Okay. Advanced keyless client green goals with the reduced carbon impact. I will just let that stand alone because I have my own opinion about the Pajeras. Improve KTA, new hire, and recurrent training effectiveness. This here, the only thing I can say about this is going, paperless. A lot less paper, more digital. More data, more computers. Okay? This is my department. Improve new KTA, new hire, recurrent training, effectiveness. Again, a lot of that will be in DriveCam. That's a tool that we can use to effectively coach trainers, effectively coach dispatchers, and road supervisors. All of them, including operators, the whole kit and caboodle. There is a 6-month to 1-year plan that I am already have. And a lot of this is heavy corporate involvement. It's just, it will be rolling out. Okay, I think at this point, I'll let Linux do their thing about the DriveCam.
We'd like to welcome you to the Linux DriveCam Safety Program. This video is designed to help you understand the purpose of the program, how it can help you, and how it works. The program is designed to help improve driver safety and protect you when incidents occur on the road. The safety of drivers is the most important part of our business. The Linux DriveCam Safety Program can help you prevent collisions to keep drivers and the people you share the road with safer. The DriveCam program has helped exonerate thousands of drivers like you from false accusations. Video provides a true picture of what happened during an incident, and when you've done everything right, video can be a critical piece of evidence that can help lead to an exoneration, especially in the case of a fraudulent claim, lawsuit, or even an unjust citation.
We had an insurance company that made a claim against us. Their claim was that their insured was hit by our driver changing lanes into them. We provided them with a video that clearly showed that their driver changed lanes into us and they dropped the claim.
A truck flipped over in front of me on the freeway.
with the drive cam being there, it captured everything, and there was no issue as to whether I was actually involved in the accident or not, because we didn't have the drive cam. You know, it'd be my word against their word. Driving safely means going out and doing your job, getting back safely with no accidents, no tickets, no problems.
In the event of a collision, video of the driver can be critical. Bystanders or other witnesses may jump to the conclusion that the driver was falling asleep or distracted. The event recorder is your personal witness, and the video may help protect you from assumptions and false accusations. An exoneration could save your reputation and your job. Professional athletes use video analysis to help them perform at their best. They analyze game film with their coaches to help them identify ways they can perform even better. Similarly, the DriveCam Safety Program is a coaching system that uses video and is designed to help drivers improve their skills by making them aware of habits behind the wheel. In this example, the driver is focusing most of his attention to his left while merging. Unfortunately, he discovers too late that the traffic is slowing ahead. After viewing this video, the driver recognized the need to look farther ahead, as well as to the next lane when attempting to merge in heavy traffic. Many organizations also use the program to identify and reward their best drivers. Video is only saved when triggered by an event, such as hard braking, sudden acceleration, excessive speed, or other potentially unsafe actions. By safely controlling your vehicle, you can control how much video is or isn't captured. The DriveCam program is a tool to help improve and maintain driver performance, safety, and to better ensure compliance with existing company policies. It's not surveillance. It is impossible for people in your company to remotely activate a recording or see a live view inside the vehicle. Our exception-based video event recorder is not a live surveillance camera. The technology is designed to capture a short video when triggered by an unusual driving event, such as hard braking, a sharp turn, or impact with an object. Or if you choose to manually save an event. It saves 12 seconds of video when triggered, 8 seconds before, and 4 seconds of video and data after. On average, drivers only generate about 5 minutes of video each month. Many drivers go days before even triggering one event to be saved. The purpose of the program is coaching and improvement, and only personnel authorized to access the system will be able to view your video events. The DriveCam program is not designed to be punitive. It is intended to help you identify ways you can improve your driving skills. Now that we've given you an idea of what the program is and isn't, we'd like to show you the event recorder and give you an idea of how it works. Video plays an important role in protecting drivers against false claims, and the DriveCam program uses a small event recorder that's mounted inside the vehicle. It has two lenses, one facing inside and the other facing outside, and records video from both. It continually records, but only saves video when triggered by an external event, like a collision, hard braking, excessive speed, or other potentially unsafe actions. It saves 8 seconds before and 4 seconds of video and data after an event. Events are uploaded to a secured website and analyzed by the DriveCam program's highly trained reviewers. Based on your organization's criteria, selected events are then marked for coaching or positive reinforcement by your organization's coaches. The event recorder can also capture sound. A picture is worth 1,000 words, but sound happening during a captured event can provide additional, invaluable information. Especially in a collision. The sound of a horn, tires screeching, or a siren could escape notice without audio. Sound can also help confirm whether there was contact with another vehicle, or if it was just a close call. The lights on the event recorder will tell you what it's doing. When an event is triggered, you will be notified by an LED on the event recorder. You don't need to take any action. The event recorder will reset automatically. You can always press one of the buttons on the event recorder to manually record an event. The previous 8 seconds and 4 following seconds will be saved. If you do this, notify your organization so they can retrieve the manually saved event. The row of lights below the lens will tell you what the event recorder is doing. One solid green light in the middle means the event recorder is powered on and ready. When red lights sweep back and forth, it means the event recorder is activated and in the process of saving an event. If you see a solid yellow light, it means that there is a problem with the event recorder. You should notify your manager as soon as possible. The middle light will rapidly blink red if the unit is in the process of uploading information to the Lytx network. On the bottom of the event recorder, there are two blue buttons. These will let you manually record a video event. There are a few reasons why you might want to manually record an event. You're involved in a collision, but there wasn't enough force to activate the event recorder. You want to document a safety concern, such as a drunk or aggressive driver, an unruly passenger, or third-party collision. You're in a near collision that doesn't activate the event recorder, but you want to capture the footage to protect yourself or your organization. You're going to miss your delivery time for reasons beyond your control, such as a locked gate. To save an event, press one of the record buttons on the bottom of the event recorder. This will trigger a video to record 8 seconds prior to pressing the button and 4 seconds after. The video will include date and time, as well as your GPS location and speed. So, who is Lytx? For nearly 20 years, we've helped protect hundreds of thousands of drivers around the world, in more than 1,000 fleets. We know driving is a risk you take every day. That's why your company has partnered with Lytx to back you up and tell your side of the story, while also enabling the best coaching to help you keep your skills sharp. Your mission is to reach your destination safely, so we make it our mission to protect you along the way. To hear from other professional drivers, visit lytx.com/straight talk.
Only a few more slides left. You do this. So, how DriveCam works? It's pretty basic. Captures an event that may be risky. The sensors set it off. Okay. The information is sent digitally, wirelessly to the cloud. Lytx has their own, they analyze these events and they'll tag the behaviors. As an example, say somebody got on the bus and it went off when the vehicle moved because it didn't detect the safety valve. Okay, well that could have been an error because some of the things that we've been doing to fix DriveCam, it's always been here since you guys started. Some of the problems with the DriveCam is the data. Computers only operate well enough as to the data that's inputted. It's human error. There's a lot of human error in it. So we went through, cleaned up the maintenance end of it, a lot of the data. So one of the biggest things we had was a lot of drivers that didn't have seatbelts. It's because the data that was inputted for the vehicle was incorrect, meaning it was set up for a lap belt. Shoulder harness there, not just a lap belt. Set up incorrectly. But when it triggered that event, the driver kept going, started eating. Bad behavior. They realize that, they analyze it, and they send it to us. So they weed out a lot of the bad stuff. Okay? And the events are prioritized and then delivered to the Lytx account, which is our account. Manager review the events and discuss them with drivers for coaching sessions. Drivers use the feedback to improve the driving habits. I have already heard that drivers feel that the scuttlebutt, that we got people sitting in the back room watching live video. You heard itself. The machine doesn't work that way. Okay? That they're out just eyeballing people. That's not how that works. Very few here have full access. Full access allows downloading video. It's myself and Tawny at this point in time. I think Taquan's got it too.
A lot of former tweakers work here too, though.
That is true. Your road supervisors and MODs are going to be your coaches. All they'll have access to is what they have accounts. There's like 6 assignments in there. I have admin rights as being the safety manager. I go in, I assign the person, give them access, and what their title is, like i.e. coach. All those guys will be doing, all they will have access to is what is assigned to them. Meaning, Stephanie or myself, probably some other senior managers will be involved, is signing these, which means we got the video, we tag a name to it, we assign it to a coach. All they got is that little short section. They're not in there eyeballing all kinds of stuff all over the map. They will not have access to it. Okay, I just want to make that abundantly clear. Some of this is repetitive. What is being recorded and when? A lot of these have been answered. Where do the videos go? Who can see the videos? How are we going to use the videos? What is being recorded and when? You saw that's on the sensors. Okay? Where do the videos go? They get loaded on a secure site. When they come here, they get loaded on a secure corporate site. It's actually in Teams, Microsoft Teams. That's where they go. If they're not on the Linux server, which we log into, they're assigned and they're saved for the only purposes for saving is usually involves an accident or collision. They get saved for litigation purposes. Okay? That's what goes on Teams. Corporate. Who can see the videos? That'll be your coach and on up the food chain. Okay? The only time, again, that it would go beyond anybody outside of this facility or like corporate safety would be when it got involved in litigations for accidents. Okay? How are we going to use those? They are used for coaching only, non-discipline. They'll be used in accidents for litigation purposes. But that's it. Okay. What's in it for you? I have done this 4 times on DriveCam already. Exonerate claims. Where I have to go back and use the DriveCam and say, no, that was not our driver. It was completely your fault. Send that off. And again, this all comes back down to money. They pay for it instead of us, which makes our numbers go up. Driver recognition. This will be used towards the safety program, safety awards. Okay. Bottom line, increase safety. Reduce the risk. Train you better. Learn your bad habits. Everybody's got them. All of us do, including myself. Recognize that some of those that you may not even know that you're doing.
Driver recognition.
Okay.
37 mile an hour left turn.
And this goes back to driver recognition.
You recognized it.
Any questions or answers?
Nope, we're done.
Good.
Thank you.
See you guys later.
Come again.